Hello, everybody. Want to welcome everybody to the initial first untitled Cube show featuring Sam and Brennon. Where I'm trying to come up with a better title, but this is kind of like the pilot episode. I'm Sam. Just wanted to say hi and welcome Brennon. Say hello, Brennon.
Hello, everybody. It's Brennon. Yay, me.
Hey. Um, I didn't introduce us by our lovely magic catchphrase or sign-in names, simply because I haven't been playing MTGO very much at all, really.
Yeah, me either. I
Um,
haven't logged in 2 months.
it's been I built a cube that we're going to be reviewing in the coming weeks on it, or in the coming shows on it. But that was it. Like nobody even bothered me, which is rare, because normally a few people will bother me each time I log in. So that's pretty okay. Cube. Brendan and I, when we stopped the other show, we wanted to continue to do something together. And I think we both still like Pauper, but we don't necessarily have the time invested in it like we used to. Just not
Hmm.
playing online very much. But Cube is amazing. It's my favorite format of Magic now somehow. I don't know how that happened. So we thought we would have some fun talking about Cube and Cube
Yes,
related activities and cubing and the whole Cube culture. I've been wearing a lot more denim, and my beard is magnificent because of cubing.
it's
Um,
beautiful.
yes, it is. So I thought we would just start out this first episode um, talking about our own personal cubes
Hmm.
uh, because we have a similar cube. And then from then on, we'll do more hypothetical stuff. We'll probably do some, maybe even in this episode, we'll do like a pack one, pick one out of each of the different cubes and that good stuff. And we're using Cube Tutor as the primary um, graphic interface simply because it's an amazing website. The guy who runs it puts a lot of time into it.
Oh,
Um,
yeah. It's great.
and if you cube and you don't use Cube Tutor, I'm going to assume you probably had a stroke, and you should probably look into it. My first cubing I did online personally was on Tapped Out,
Right?
and that website is a mess. So I thought we'd start out by talking about because it was a part of the last show, and I enjoyed it. How's your week been, Brennan?
My week? Pretty good. I went to the shop and put down money for the um, pre release of Kaladesh. I think that'll be cool. I don't do a lot of formats. I do like pre-releases just because it's something me and my daughter do together. That's always fun. But other than that, I the cube I play is 100% casual. Take it over to some friend's house, and they draft or we do sealed or whatever we do with it. But it is ultra super casual. But yeah, that's what I did magic related this week. Going to a um, Pokemon Go skating roller rink skating party on Friday. Looking forward to that.
Lame,
Yep.
but I'm
Yeah.
sure you're going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Are they trapping Pokemons for you?
Well, no, they're doing something. It's called lure, where
Okay.
it attracts them. But this is fun stuff. A lot of face painting for the kids, that kind of stuff.
Oh, sounds like fun.
Hmm.
That sounds like a good time, actually. Friday, I'll be working from, I don't know, 9 p.m. to
Oh,
probably 7 a.m. Uh,
that sucks,
the
man.
midnight release. It's going to be a pain. Um, but we got like 4 times the amount of product for this one than we did
Wow.
last one
Yeah.
out, out of like sealed kits or pre-release kits and stuff. So it should be a good time. Um, So yeah, that's kind of my week is. This is my night off this week. Um, we've had a GP for or GPT for Denver on Saturday of last week, so that was pretty good. Um,
How many people showed up?
8. The problem with GPTs is the winner gets a buy, and we do prize payout, but the main thing is what the winner gets. And we have a few guys in the area who go to GPs and go to Pro Tours when they
Yeah.
can get invited and stuff. But a buy is like the basic, most minimal prize anybody can get. Like, so it just doesn't perk the interest like a PPTQ or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it was still a fun time. I mean, it was a tight 3 rounds. It was modern. We do all of our little extra events like that as modern, just because it's the bigger format in my area, at least.
I gotcha.
And other than that, I've been thinking about getting an 8-man to draft the cube together, and that'll take a little work, but I've been working so many Saturdays and Sundays and stuff recently that it just hasn't been a good time yet.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, typically if I have time off, Samantha won't let me play Magic.
I wonder why.
I don't know why. Maybe it's just because I'm around it like 90% of when I'm awake. Other than that, pre-release weekend this weekend, I'm hoping that I rip, because I'm going to buy a pre-release pack or 2. I'm hoping I rip like 4 inventions out of them, or masterpieces.
Masterpieces.
They're being called.
That would be awesome.
Yes, it would. I just want them all to be Mox Opals or Aether Vials. I think those are going to be the chasier ones out of there. So
I'll take any of them.
yeah. Even Champion's Helm?
Oh, Champion's Helm is in there?
Yes.
I don't want that one.
It is horrible. So bad.
Never mind.
Yeah, so you do have to be a little selective, but and every pre-release kit has a Thopter to build.
That looks so cool. And did they come with instructions, or do you just build one however you can?
Okay, so we got the pre-release kit for Kaladesh last week.
Yeah.
And we ripped it open.
Okay.
Came with 2 airships and 4 Thopters to build.
Whoa.
2 different Thopters. At this point, we have the 2 airships and 1 Thopter built. The airships took about 2.5 hours each. And they have instructional videos this time around. It wasn't like with Take the Crown, where they just sent us black and white instructions of how to assemble the crowns.
Yeah.
So I hope there's color instructions in with the Thopters, or what I expect to have happen is that one of my garbage cans upstairs will be full of Thopter parts. Oh.
That's funny.
Just full of Thopter parts. The airships are awesome, though. I don't know if your shop, you went, and if they had it set up yet, or
they had 2 airships set up, and they looked amazing.
They were such a gigantic pain in my ass to put together, because they didn't lay flat, so I had to wrangle one of my other coworkers into holding it the entire time we were putting them together. And the first one, I just did it, and the second one, I used a tremendous amount of tape to hold it together. So take that, wizards.
Hey, you knocked it out of the park.
If you want to watch the videos, it's like wpn.kaladesh.magic.com or something like that.
Oh, okay.
No, the videos are really good. The guys, because it was 2 guys doing it, one guy holding it and one guy putting it together.
Right.
And neither of them looked pleased. Like, they were both questioning the choices they made in life to end up there together. So.
That's funny.
Okay.
All
so,
right.
Cube. So this is, I have my cube over here as Sam's cube, 420, and this is Brennan's cube. Brennan doesn't put his name in his cube.
Nope.
It's just simply Pauper Cube for 30. So both of our cubes are based around Adam Styborski.
Styborski, yeah.
Styborski, I was close.
That's
Or the
right.
Stibs, as he goes most of the time. Both of our cubes are based around his cube.
Yep.
Um, and I think we both use like his updates as guidelines for updates.
Yes.
And I think we both, because we both have our own play style, we don't necessarily do all of the updates he does, but we definitely go, huh, that's interesting. Let me try that out, or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
And for the most part, Brennan and I have almost the exact same cube, outside of the fact that you're running 10 more cards than me.
I am. I'll talk about those when we talk about my cube.
Yeah, I run just a I like the 420 idea. So this looking over kind of like the 1-drop slot, we're running all the exact same junk. Our 2-drops, I'm running one. Oh, I still run Loyal Cathar.
Oh, okay.
I didn't cut it when Stibbs did, because I think it's too good. It was really good in Innistrad Limited.
Oh, it's a wonderful card.
Yeah, so I didn't think it needed to go. But I did put in the Dauntless cut, or Desperate Century. I just made a cut somewhere else. I think I cut Young Knight for him.
The which one?
Young Knight.
Oh, Young Knight? Yeah.
Yeah. Because Young Knight, I mean, I like First Strike, but it's just a 2-1 for 2 with First Strike. That's not impressive at all.
Nope.
We ran all the same 3-drops, only you've tagged Porcelain Legionnaire to be an artifact.
Oh, that's right. And yeah, because I tried to also balance out the rest of that um oh, what do you call it? Basically, when there's one in every color. Um, that run of artifacts where it's X number of colorless and then a Phyrexian mana of some kind.
Yeah, I know what the cycle would be called.
Yeah.
The colored Phyrexian artifact cycle. That's horrible. It's got to be something better than that.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Right. But I mean, I think the creatures are fairly fair. I don't run any of the Phyrexian mana spells, though.
No, I don't. I don't think I do. The only one, yeah, I don't think Vapor Snag is in there.
Vapor Snag just costs a blue.
Which one is the
Gitaxian Probe.
Gitaxian Probe? That's what I'm thinking of.
And as far as our 4s and our 5s, we both run the same. Custody Squire is amazing, by the way. This is the only
Whoa.
out of the 2 conspiracy sets. This is the only card I run.
Wow.
It's so good, though.
It is. It's fantastic.
It's 3/3 flying for 5, and then it returns whatever you want, basically.
Yep.
So,
It's beautiful.
our 1s and non-creatures are the same. Our 2. Oh yeah. Okay. So Filling a Dread, you have down.
Oh, I put it in Azorius.
Yeah. And
Same with Momentary Blink.
same with Momentary Blink. So we actually run the same, which is pretty cool. 3s. I haven't added Angelic Purge yet. I probably should.
Angelic Purge is super good. Oh, but you have Borrowed Grace in there already.
Yeah, of course. Choking Restraints, I run that just as another kind of pacifism effect. Because you're really deep on that pacifism style effect for removal for white.
Right, and that's one thing. One of the things I always differ from Stibbs on is what he does to red, because he kind of has been taking away red's burn in a way, or making it a little slower. I think that goes a little too far, in some cases, so I differ on red quite a bit. But
And I
I
mean,
was one thing I was wondering is in white, is it does white in general have too many effects in this cube, like otherworldly and pacifism? Should they be higher CMC, or is this the only thing they have to? I'm just it's something that I've wondered about, and everyone feel free to write in the comments if you've played this cube before. Um, is there too much of that at that CMC for white?
my problem is if you don't give white that effect,
Yeah.
what do you give them for removal?
Mm-hmm.
And is it things like Celestial Flare that's super situational? Or is it more combat tricks, again, super situational?
Right.
And I mean, I like the lockdown effect, especially in this particular cube, because all of the colors have access typically for ways to either kill the creature and get a benefit, or bounce the creature, or give the creature hexproof or something, which there's less hexproof in here than ever before. But
Yeah. I think like all the hexproof got removed at the last update.
Vines and Ranger's Guile
Oh,
might.
I meant hexproof creatures.
Oh yeah, no, there's no hexproof creatures left.
Yeah.
Slippery Boogle was the remaining one, and it was rightfully cut like a few updates ago for Winged Codal.
Yeah. I like
And
wing quaddle though. I think it's
yeah,
good.
super good. In the fours, what are you running?
That.
Different Fates, Isolation Zone, and Suppression Bonds. Oh, you're running Spectral Reserves.
Yep. I added that.
Yeah, I'm not going to.
I like it. I mean, it's bad battle screech, but it's there.
It costs 4.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean,
You get some life.
maybe it's worth trying out. I do have a couple foil ones just sitting,
Ooh la la.
getting dusty. And then trips, of course.
Oh gosh. That triplicate spirits is ridiculous.
It is super good. So that's white. We're more in line than different in white. Moving over to blue, oh wait, that's right. Again, you went through and you've tagged a lot of the cards as being multicolor.
Yep. I
So your
did.
Stormscape Apprentice is probably an Esper,
It is.
and your Filled Oculus and the 2-drop is
Simic.
Simic.
Yeah, I did that. Oh, and you don't have the parrot, and man, that kills me. I if there was anything close, even if it was rare, I would put it in over that parrot because I hate that parrot.
I mean, I don't want to play any of the unset cards. If you notice, I ran Wave Watch and Jeskai Sage instead.
Yeah.
Wave Watch, I think it's pretty decent. If anything, it's a wall that has upside. And
it's a big wall.
And then Sage has always impressed me, like since Fate Reforged came out, as being just kind of like a really good utility creature that blue needs. You're not playing like the wealth of instants and sorceries that get it super pumped, but like you play a Sage, next turn you clutch a current something, you get in for 2, or you I don't know, play a spontaneous mutation on your opponent's creature, and Sage can block and not die. So it's pretty
Oh yeah.
regard. So
No, it's an awesome card, and I think it's a good replacement for either of those two cards.
I don't know. It's not a good replacement for the Death Parrot.
Yeah, it's just
Flying.
how. Okay, here's my deal with the Death Parrot. A 2/2 flying for 2 is beautiful. I love it. Everything about it is great. Except if you are going to play it, quote, fairly, Every upkeeper, someone's going to have to say that stupid phrase. And the only reason you have to say this phrase is because it is full of gotcha words from that set, which gotcha was sort of like the traps
Yeah.
before there were traps.
So if you said save and somebody had one of the gotcha cards that say if your opponent says save, play
Right.
it for free.
Yeah, I think it was save, kill, spell, and guy. I can't
Yeah.
remember the last one, but yeah. And there
So,
specifically.
and I mean, all of the. Maybe I'm just kind of a tight ass. I don't play any of the goofy stuff that he has in his base cube. I just don't care for it. I like playing Magic,
Right.
not standing up and dancing around or grabbing your back or whatever. I mean, I'm not against like having a separate set of the wacky draft cards from both of the conspiracy sets that you can shuffle in or add one to each pack or whatever.
Right.
But you would never, I don't feel like you would ever want it in your main cube, just because like I get sit down with new players with this build
Oh
and
yeah.
or new to cube or new to draft or whatever, and just teach them what to do
Yep.
without having to go. And you might find a card that lets you pick another pack from card from another pack or whatever. So
Yeah, and that's great. That's exactly what I have to do because the people I play with most often haven't bought a pack since like Tempest.
they stopped in a good set though.
Yeah, and they love it. And they still love it. I mean, they have some newer cards, but they haven't like gone out and bought anything major in forever. So I don't like having to explain a lot of complicated stuff. Now there is complicated stuff like that Custody Squire we
Yeah,
just talked about, but like yeah, that Carnivorous Death Parrot is sort of irritating, and I always just have everyone ignore the text, which I probably shouldn't, but yeah, I think
at
it's
that
dumb.
point you may as well be running like Aetherling or one of those.
Yeah, and I'm always on the lookout for a flyer that's would be good in that spot.
It's never going to happen.
Nope, they'll never do it.
No. And then you run the Scab, which I think was one of his most recent updates.
Yes.
The art on that is gnarly, but I'm not all in on the self-mill thing. Like, I don't think he takes advantage of it enough
Yeah.
in his build to make it, like, toolbox. Like, have your graveyard turn into another hand. So
Oh yeah, yeah.
I didn't do it. I think that I like the Sage just a little bit more. Moving over to threes, you're an Aether Adept.
Mm-hmm.
I did not. Do you run? So you have Aether Adept and Mana War for your bounce in the 3 slot.
Yes, I do.
Okay. Well, I mean that's not bad. Because one of the big themes of the cube that's really apparent is bluest tempo.
Oh yes.
Pretty heavily tempo, and having that extra tempo guy probably isn't bad. I might actually cut Rashidian an airship and okay.
See, that's another card. Is that Rishidan airship? You'd think that they would have come out with a similarly costed 3-1. I don't know.
I mean, Blue just doesn't get stuff like this anymore. Blue
No?
doesn't get exactly this anymore. Forget better. So, like, it would be a 1-3 now for 3.
Oh, yeah. As a matter of fact, I
So,
think there's one in this new set.
I kind of think there is, yeah.
Yeah, a 1-3 flyer.
But, yeah, that's definitely a change that I can consider making. Plus, it's not splashable, or it's harder to splash. I like things that keep people away from being able to play 5-color good stuff. And that's definitely something that keeps people away from that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Calcite Snapper is amazing. Sky Spawner is amazing.
Oh, yes.
You will forever love squids, so I don't even have to ask why you're running Coral Berry. It's Brennon's life. It's how he lives it.
I love
Manowar.
squids.
I didn't put in Exalted Cultist
Oh, yeah?
because I'm running
Oh,
Jeskai.
you're running Jeskai Sage. Yeah,
And
that makes
it's
sense.
it's so similar. Um, let's see. Pestermite's good. Airship is questionable. Shaper Parasite's awesome. Um,
Yes, very.
so Spine Thopter, which you have down in artifacts. Stitch Drake, Warden. I am running Stellar Secrets. I cut Rushing River for it, I think.
Oh, okay.
Because I want one of this effect that isn't Ninja of the Deep Hours. Because Ninja, it operates on like a different thing. You ninjutsu it in, you get a returned creature. I just want one Ophidian style effect.
Okay.
Without it being, I don't like Scroll Thief very much because it's a 1/3, and I don't like Ophidian at all because it's Ophidian. So I like Stellar, and the art's gorgeous on it. Um, so that's pretty well in line. Fours, you're running 9, I'm running 7. Wow. Selflet Sage again. I didn't do any real mill effects in my build.
Okay.
I guess that's not horrible.
You do get to draw 3, but you
And discard
do
2.
have to discard 2.
I mean, have you played it? Has anybody played it
No,
with Threshold?
not even once yet.
Okay. So maybe my wavelength is right there because it just doesn't feel impressive enough in blue in the 4 slot
Yeah.
to me.
Oh, I can see it definitely. Um, it's nice, but here's the thing: if you've gone on long enough to reach threshold, you probably have other things like looter and whatnot, or something that is already getting you there. And although this is good, you're probably going to be dumping at least one card you need by the time you're getting this.
Right, because you're going to be pretty close to, let's say you have 3 cards in hand,
Yeah.
maybe even 2 cards in hand when you play this guy. It's not going to lead to positive card selection, probably. So, Cloak Siren's great. Laboratory Brute. Has anybody played this?
No, that is very recent ad. I haven't
Okay.
I haven't played since this update.
Okay.
I haven't had anybody play it. That's the only
Okay.
issue I have right now.
I'm leery about it again. If like the cube was harder on using the graveyard, had more flashback spells, had more mnemonic wall effects, or a
Right.
way to get spells back, I could see running more of this type of stuff. But as it is, it doesn't. Um,
Yeah,
those
because
those are your two different.
right, and in the 4 slot there isn't even what's that? Archaeologist?
Archaeomancer.
Archaeomancer.
Yeah.
Archaeomancer isn't even in there.
And I think that's probably a power consideration because Archaeomancer plus cards like Capsize, when you also have Mnemonic Wall, and then you have like Ghostly Flicker effects,
Yeah.
it leads you down a dangerous path.
Oh, because then you're real close to it. And let's see. Well, we don't have the fairies anymore. So
No, but we
that,
still have Drakes.
oh, you have Drake. That's true, and you still
I
have
mean, so
flicker effects.
Yeah, so you have to be careful, I think,
Yeah.
and I think he has the eye out for that, and I don't want people to be able to go infinite out of a cube, not a Pauper cube anyway.
Right. If we were moving on to a powered cube, then I'm totally fine with it.
Yeah, no, we would go nuts with
Yeah.
power, like turn two storm kills and stuff, but and then makeshift mauler is great. Miss Raven's amazing. Ninja, separatist void mage, another tempo spell. Shimmering glass kite is a devastating card against any sort of target or removal. So black and red
Oh
hate
yeah.
Shimmering kite, um, and I love it for that reason. Fives, I think we run the same five: Aven, Wall, Mauldrifter, Drake, and Void Welder. And then our sixes are probably the same. Yeah, Aether Snipe and Aaron Ephemeron for 6 and 7.
Errant
Oh,
Ephemeron is a beautiful card.
oh yeah, I love all the suspend cards. I think that's the only suspend card though. Like none of the green suspend creatures make it in or any of that. So
Yeah. Only thing in green is fading. I think that's it.
yeah, fading Blastoderm.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the 4 drops. You have mental notes. I have spontaneous mutation.
Oh, let me. I haven't even thought about spontaneous mutation in there.
I love it.
Is that the -4 -0?
No, it is the minus equal to the amount of cards you have in your graveyard minus O.
Oh, okay, I see. Oh yeah.
And it has flash. It has proven to be amazingly good during the current limited sets. Better than it looked. Because it gets opponents so often. Because it's so easy to leave up 1 blue mana. You don't really give away anything by doing so.
Right.
So I love it for that reason. So, and it works really well. Like such a pain to deal with. So it does leave a blocker behind, but normally the blocker is so neutered it doesn't matter. Let's see.
Yeah.
I think all the same too is again your Jilt is down in your is it section. Right.
Oh, that's right. Mm-hmm.
Essence Scatter, Mana Leak, Memory Lapse. You don't run Memory Lapse. I do. I like Memory Lapse.
Oh, it is a good one, but
Yeah.
no, I don't run it.
And
I even got I even got the foil from the Eternal Masters.
yeah, I run Memory Lapse over Remove Soul
Ah,
because I just wanted another spell that could hit more than just creatures.
right.
We already have Essence Scatter, so Essence Scatter has only ever been printed in core sets.
Really? I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
And it will never make it into a non-core set, which is sad.
Huh.
Because they don't want blue doing that anymore. Even like 2 years later or whatever. So,
Well, they just printed bad Mana Leak in this new set.
Mana Leak.
Meh.
Meh. Yeah. Jilt's an amazing card. So everybody should run 4 Jilts in their cube.
If you can.
Our 9s are a little different. You still run Artificer's Epiphany?
Oh, actually, that's going to change.
Okay.
I haven't substituted that one yet, but that's on the outs. That is going. I just haven't. The reason it hasn't changed is I haven't gotten a foil of its replacement yet.
What's its replacement?
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to think. It's in this last set. I'm trying to remember. I'll have to think about it. I'll come back to that one.
Okay. Capsize, claustrophobia, compulsive. I'm running displace. because I do like having a flicker effect in blue, and we're
Oh,
not
okay.
running ghostly flicker.
Right.
So displace is a little less good than ghostly flicker because it only does 2 creatures. So you can't do 2 creatures, lands, or artifacts like ghostly
Yeah.
flicker does. So displace just it gets a little less out of control.
Right.
So
Oh, Thought Scour. That's what I'm replacing it
okay,
with.
Scour is a good replacement. Yeah, we're both running Dragunder. Forbidden Alchemy, we're both running it, and we're both
Mm-hmm.
yours are down in your dirty Demiris. Grace, and I'm running Sweep Away instead of Rushing River.
There you go.
I like Sweep Away. Stibbs doesn't like Sleep Away or that effect anymore, but
It's pretty good though.
it does 2 things, and it does them both really well. So I think it's the type of tempo play that Blue wants. Dragunder has been so good this again, since Eldritch Moon came out. Like one of the premier tempo plays you can make in the format. And Sweep Away is an instant speed, typically like same type of version. Plus it cantrips. Sweep Away doesn't cantrip, but and then Force, Deep Analysis, Ray of Command, Deep Analysis, Ray of Command. I'm also running Sleep Paralysis, just because I wanted Blue to have another quasi removal spell,
Oh, okay.
and Treasure Cruise, of course,
Oh,
because
yeah.
full run Treasure Cruise. The Sleep Paralysis at the 4 that might become Misfire. I can't remember the name of it.
What's that one?
Kaladesh. Here, give me a sec. I'm going to look it up. Malfunction, which is basically sleep paralysis. Same casting cost and everything, but it locks down a creature or an artifact.
Oh. Ooh.
Yeah. So sleep paralysis is probably going to become malfunction.
Oh, that's just straight up better.
Yeah, because it hits the second type of permanent.
Wow. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Moving over to black, our 1-drops are the same. I'm not entirely sold on Disstone and Ancestor.
Oh. It's so slow, and
yeah.
every time it's out, it is so slow.
But we didn't get a 1-drop Death Touch creature out of Kaladesh.
Oh, we didn't know.
So as soon as we do, Ancestor goes away. I mean, that's just the bottom line on that. It's the only Outlast spell. So, like, it's just not good.
Yeah, all it is now is a roadblock. Or even, no, not a roadblock, a road hump.
Yeah.
Like in an apartment complex.
It's a 0/4, but I'd rather have a 1/1 with Death Touch. I really just rather. And I mean, Belfly Elon and the 2 is good for that same reason. Our 2s, I'm running 2 more 2s than you. What am I running? Knights Get Familiar, which you have down, probably. And no,
well, I don't think so. Do I? Let me look. I'm gonna look on mine real quick. Hold on a second.
This is yours.
Oh, okay.
No, you don't run it at all. No, there it is.
In Grixis.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Oh, because it makes red and blue cheaper.
Yeah, 1 less. And then
yes,
Vault Scourge. Okay, because you have it in your artifacts.
In the artifacts. Yeah. I love that picture.
It's so good.
It almost looks like the other Vault Scourge is like a transformer and turns into that one.
The Gateway promo art, and Gateway's confusing because I wasn't playing Paper Magic, I guess, when it was going on really hardcore.
Yeah.
But apparently it was like introduction to Friday Night Magic, basically. And almost all of its cards are commons. All of the promos were common. So all the Gateway promos are just really pretty. Um, let's see, threes. This is probably going to be. No, I actually run some cards that you don't. Crow of Dark Tidings, pretty good. Crypt Rats, I mean, it is like one of the ways to clear a board in Pauper. No, I love it. Dead Reveler, Lily Spectre,
Mm-hmm.
Necromancer's Assistant, which I do like in black because it's a 3-1 for 3. Phyrexian Rager, of course. Wake Dancer is good.
That's a good card.
Turbid of Temerat, I'm running. I wanted to have grind, and I like the regeneration. And we did see during its time in Standard Pauper, it actually can hold its own a lot of the time. Plus, with equipment, it actually becomes kind of a threat.
Right. Oh, interesting to note, this may be one of the last cards that gets Regenerate printed on it.
Yeah, they're
moving to Indestructible.
Morrow has been dissatisfied with Regenerate for like 3 or 4 years. So it's cool that they're finally putting a knife in it as an evergreen.
Yeah, I think the whole it becomes tapped is the issue. Because like once you regen it, you tap it.
Right.
Which for that works perfect because when it untaps, it does the drain.
Right.
But Indestructible, it doesn't do that. Right. Because it never does the like shield or replacement effect or whatever it is.
And that's where I think mechanically they didn't like how the shields worked and the replacement effects worked.
Yeah.
And so I like when they let bad mechanics die. Like when they killed Intimidate for Menace. Unfortunately, Menace is just a lot of the times just as bad as Intimidate ever was. So I run Stinky. I like Stinky. And I still run Vampire Envoy. Same basic principle as the Servant. I just want black to have a little more grindy action to it.
Mm-hmm.
So our fours are probably the same. No, I cut Driver. I forgot.
Oh, Driver of the Dead?
Yeah. I have Faceless Butcher, Galvany Unhallowed. Really good. Gravedigger and Vulture Haven. This thing can get out of control.
No kidding.
Yeah. So
it's already big.
It's already a 2-4 to start out. So I just think it's a little bit better than Driver. Black has a lot of the Driver style effects already that just work better than Driver ever could. This Driver, doesn't it only trigger when it dies, and you can only get 2 or less? It goes onto the battlefield.
Yeah.
Your opponent never has to interact with the stupid thing. Even at a 3-2, like, it just doesn't seem like it's a big enough threat. I guess it holding a Bone Splitter might get it blocked or something, but I don't know. Just doesn't feel good enough.
Oh, that's cool.
Our 5s are dramatically different. No. Great. Midnight.
I believe they're the same.
Predatory and Warrens, yeah. And Sultai Scavenger and
Garmag.
Yeah.
So, another thing I should point out is sometimes some differences I do for purely financial reasons. For the longest time, I didn't have Fire Ambush because it was stupid expensive. But I found one that was super reasonably priced, so I added it in after that. But like a foil lightning bolt, there's no way I'm doing that. But I found a gold bordered lightning bolt that I'm happy to do.
Yeah, so, I'm never gonna get a foil capsize, but I have found some French capsizes.
Hey, that counts.
And I got instead of getting a foil Mana Leak, I have a signed Mana Leak.
Ooh, which art?
It's the M11.
Oh, okay.
So it's Howard Lyons or something
Oh
like that.
yeah.
Yeah, no, it's good. And I have a German Ashes to Ashes.
Oh, I got my Ashes to Ashes signed.
Ooh, fancy.
Heck
That
yeah.
card is awesome. But like, I traded a foil stamped Grimflayer for my strip mine and my Mazabeth. No, actually, I bought one of my coworkers raising canes from my Mazabeth.
Oh.
So
Oh yeah, the canes.
yeah, he needed the canes
Canes.
inside of him, so we worked out a deal.
That's hilarious.
It was awesome. It was so good. Um, let's see. Our one drops are all the same. I really want to. I don't. I'm gonna have to figure out something for Unearth because its foil is pretty crazy too.
Right, and that should be another thing we mention. I think is that we both try to find ways to, thoroughly. I'm trying to hit 100%, making my cube a swag cube, because, and one of the reasons that I like cube and actually care about it now more than, um, like making a deck for standard and all that kind of stuff, is that to me this is like a perfect curated collection. It's something that can be played, but it also is something that over time you can make it really cool. Like he was like, Sam was talking about the gateway promos. One of the things I have is a French, um, beta black bordered giant growth. That's what I have as in the giant growth area. So just stuff like that that's cool. And like a foil Gurmag angler is ridiculously expensive.
Yeah.
Thanks Legacy and Modern. But I got a Russian one, and
Oh,
I like that.
do we have Russian packs of? We have some Russian packs in the shop. I don't know if we have any Fate Reforged.
Uh,
That
but
would be awesome. That
but
would be
yeah,
so.
the Russian angler is how I swagged out that one.
Russian zombie fish. Yeah, I mean, you have to find a realistic way of getting some of the more in demand cards because
Hmm.
Capsize literally has one foil and it's a judge promo.
Yeah, that's why I got gold bordered
Yeah.
capsize.
So, and there's cards like Ray of Command in blue, which have never had a foil printing. Uh,
Really?
yeah, and yeah, no, it has Ice Age, Mirage, and then like three of the Commander products. That
Oh,
it's
that's right. Yeah, I got my Mirage one signed.
yeah. See, that's
Okay.
unique.
Huh.
I'm gonna try to find probably like a foreign language one for it, maybe Japanese or something.
All right.
Um, but uh, I don't want to mail my cards to artists like Brennan has
Hey,
patience
I
to do.
do. And some of those artists, let me tell you, will take their sweet, sweet time getting them back to you.
Which is fine. I mean, that their job is to paint and write and
Right. And
do drugs, whatever artists do. I don't know.
do drugs. Yeah, I send either a check or cash. I if they say something to the effect of, whatever you think is appropriate, or if they give it up to you, I always do $1 a card. Some people specifically say $1 a card. Um, a very few, but some of the old school Magic guys, um, will still do them. If you send them with a self-addressed stamped envelope, they'll just sign them and send them back, like no charge, which I think is very cool.
In the Commander case at the shop, because we have a case dedicated to Commander cards or bad cards is what I call them. Um, there's a altar that RK posted on an Angel of Serenity of the spaceship Serenity, and I don't know how much the person who sold it to the shop paid him to do that or whatever, But it would be cool to have more altars done like that. But
Oh yeah.
I have no idea how to go about that besides going to conventions. Maybe
Um,
maybe at PAX. I'm sure they'll have an artist row.
I hope so. That would be awesome. I got to find out who's going to be there. Oh yeah, we're going to be at PAX together.
They haven't announced who's going to be there. They're not going to announce who's going to be there until like the middle of November.
Right. And then I got to start looking for cards to get signed and
Yeah,
or something done too.
yeah. I'll definitely do the exact same. So hopefully they'll have somebody cool because last year you said they had LLR there.
Yes.
Hopefully they'll have somebody of equal coolness. So for Magic, the presence of Magic there this year. Hopefully it's not Stam Stoddard because I'll just stumble around. He's such a big guy. Oh my god. Such a big guy. Okay, so 2 casting costs. We went off on a little tangent. Chainer's
We
Edict,
did.
Corpse Churn. You still run Corrupted Zendikon?
Yeah, but it's on the short list.
And it's already, I yanked it almost immediately.
Yeah.
Edict, Doomblade, Last Gasp. I'm running Macabre Waltz. Um, I like the raised dead effects in black. So Morgue Theft, Nameless Inversion, Night's Whisper. So that's all pretty much the same.
Right.
Uh, I just decided I wanted more than just corpse churn in that kind
Okay.
of spot.
No, that makes sense.
The art's really nice. It looks great in foil. Let's see. 3s, Ashes to Ashes, Crippling Fatigue are the same. You're still
Oh,
running Renflesh,
Renflesh, what do you have there? Boon of Emrakul?
November Coal.
Ooh, that's a
It's
good
just
one.
it's just flexible enough that it can pump one of my other creatures
Yeah,
to get in there, or it can act as creature kill.
right. What does my Renflesh do? Oh, destroy target non-spirit.
Yeah, and I feel like black has enough of that like conditional, just straight removal. Wow,
Right.
I want that nameless inversion.
Ooh, I didn't even know that was a thing.
I've never seen it.
Me either. Let's go back there. What the hell?
It's not foil,
No,
so
but it's full art.
and it's only like a 31 to $1.49, and this links to TCG Player. Okay,
Like I said, I have never seen that.
I've never seen it either.
Huh.
I wonder if it's just super rare and that's why it doesn't cost anything because they don't have it to adjust cost on.
Right.
Um, fours, my fours are significantly different than yours at this point. I still run in Vickers Justice and Snuff Out.
Snuff out, right. But you have
I've,
pestilence in there?
no, I've removed Myers, Malice, and Pestilence.
Okay, you've removed those. Okay.
I put in Dutiful Return in place of Myers Malice, and I did one of the creatures, like I think Stinkweed up over Pestilence.
Okay.
So I've removed all of like the. Uh,
Because I've considered cutting, um, of the two, the Crypt Rats, actually three, Crypt Rats, Evan Cars, and Pestilence, the only board wipes in the game.
right.
And I've considered cutting one of those out because it becomes unfun.
Yeah, and I think Pestilence is the least fun out of the three
Yeah.
because once it's on the board, a lot of colors just go to scoops against it, basically.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, I have some attachment to it because it's one of my few collector's edition cards. So maybe I don't know what you want to say. Like I'm,
You're
I'm
hoarding,
yeah, I'm attached to it for no good reason
and I
other
mean,
than I love that. Look, all my collector's edition cards.
yeah, and I mean that's understandable. I mean, I'm not going to say there's a couple cards in here that aren't in here just because I got a foil of it. But and then we both have Death Denied, which
Yeah.
is the big daddy of the raised dead spells.
Right.
It's pretty good. I mean, it definitely does its job. I wonder if Reaping the Graves would be a little more fun in that slot, which is the Storm Raised Dead.
Oh. Hmm.
Probably not, though, because you'd have to change things to support it.
Oh, you would have to have. You would have to have. Right, you'd have to have a lot in there to make it worthwhile.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Okay.
So, Red, Goblin Bushwhacker, me. No Bushwhacker, you?
No.
Why you no Bushwhacker?
I don't know. I'm trying to remember. Probably because I didn't want to buy a foil of it.
Yeah, that's a good reason.
Because it's stupid expensive.
Yeah, there's a probability that when I get down to like 2 red cards left to buy foils for,
Right.
something a lot cheaper. I mean, not only that, but the red, even though it gives the illusion of being able to go really wide, it
Right.
never does. I do have like at least 1 red card from Kaladesh I want to put in, so that's probably the cut actually.
The Bushwhacker.
Yeah,
It's also very powerful.
it is. It definitely is. I like Neonate, even though again there's not a real big way of abusing what it does.
Right.
But
But doing 3 things is interesting.
and Menace,
Right.
it's the cheapest Menace creature available.
Yep. And you
And
can discard a card and you sacrifice this. It doesn't seem like it's a thing, but there's Morbid in this cube, and it draws a card. So Madness, Morbid, draw a card, Menace.
yep,
That's ridiculous.
and on a 1 drop, so it definitely meets that like, does this card do enough thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm proud to say that there's like maybe 1 vanilla creature in the entire cube. That's just because, and we'll talk about this a little bit in a few seconds. Green has an identity crisis, and I still don't know what to do with it. So, you are running Borderland Marauder. That was one of his most recent updates.
Yes.
And what I put in instead of Borderland Marauder, I put in Brazen Wolves, which is Borderland Marauder's big brother.
Oh, okay. I see.
So I just decided I'd rather have 3 be a little more solid.
I gotcha. Makes sense.
I love Marauder, don't get me wrong. So Fireslinger, I run Gorehouse. I think you cut Gorehouse probably for the Marauder.
I believe so.
Kellan Marauders are great. Crew and Strikers are great. Mod Flunkies. War Marshal's awesome. Geopede, Kabu, and the Strict Marauder. You're running Reckless Reveler,
Yeah, for Artifact.
and that's cool. Is it a 2/1?
What, Reckless Reveler?
Or is it a 1/1? It's a 2/1.
2-1. It's a
So,
Piker.
I mean, it even fits that, like, Sly theme. And you're still running Zada's Commando, which I cut.
Do you remember what you cut it for?
Something better, which isn't that hard to pull off, because the Gearcrafter, because I wasn't running
Gearcrafter's real good.
I know you sent me your list, and I was like, how did I miss Gearcrafter?
Yeah.
So I cut the Commando. So I cut 2 2s for 2 3s.
Okay.
But I'm okay with that. I think Red is fine. Red is fine having that switch. Samantha and I Winston drafted the cube last week,
All right.
and she went hard red on me. And I ended up in Esper because I love Esper. I'm just a sucker for 3 colors. And the second game that we played, she perfect gamed me. She just kicked my ass with haste creatures. It was gross. So I think red is fine having a slower curve. So Let's see. We've already covered those two. Do we have any big differences in the 3 slot? Nah, we're pretty much the same there. Um, I'm not sure. That's pretty okay. I never pulled Hissing and Guanar
Yeah.
ever. I've never had it played or anything. Our 4s. Yeah.
You have Beetleback. I do not have Beetleback.
Oh, you don't have a Beetleback?
No.
Why not?
Let me see if I can. I think I'm looking at my notes. See what I cut it for.
Okay.
Let's see. Hmm. Oh, I remember. I never added it in, but it was supposed to go in over that Reckless Reveler we were talking about earlier.
Okay.
But that was another. I think that was another financial decision
Okay.
because at the time it was super expensive in foil. It might not be now, and then I could go back and make that change.
Or I have one. I have one because I want to send you some stuff. So
Oh, okay, cool. Thank
I
you.
have one for you in foil.
Yeah, I
It's not
have a.
or anything.
What's that?
It's not signed or anything.
Oh, that's fine. I'm not picky.
Okay. No, I have one for you, and I mean it's super good. Like,
Oh no, it's good.
yeah,
I just think when it came out in foil, it was something like $8.
yeah.
Which I know in the grand scheme of things isn't much, but it's the principle of the thing. This is supposed to be a Pauper Cube.
And I think we run all the as far as 5 goes. I'm pretty sure we run all the same. Only you have Gathen down in colorless,
Colorless, yeah.
and you have Slash Panther, of course, in artifact. And then we
Yes.
both run Tenement Crasher because
5/4 haste for 6 is pretty damn good.
it's so expensive for red, though.
It is,
But
but
I guess
it's only one red though.
like that red green build we were talking about, what does green even bother to ramp to?
Right.
And it's hard like Tenement Smasher or Crasher. Brute Force, Burst Lightning, Chain Lightning, Dino Charge. I'm running Faithless Looting. I just like the red. Red doesn't really get card draw, so.
Oh yeah. No, Faithless Looting is good. It should probably be in there.
Firebolt, Lightning Bolt, Reckless Charge, and I saw Titan Strength then, which you
Yeah,
have
I
apparently
had
cut.
removed it real recently. Let's see.
I like Titan Strength.
Titan Strength.
Titan Strengths.
What was Titan Strength removed for? Check-in notes. Titan. Oh. It was put in. Let's see. Is that the other one? Where's the other one? It was initially put in over Electrickery, but then it was taken out for Path of Anger's Flame.
Okay, and Path is pretty good because it's 3 damage divided amongst 1, 2, and 3 targets.
Yeah.
Okay, and I mean that's pretty close to Pyroclasm in a Pauper Cube. So.
Yeah, it's as close as you're gonna get here.
Yeah. So I like Path of Anger's Flame. I have never not had it in here. So, I mean, if I was going to cut something in the 3-drop slot, it would probably be Barb Lightning.
Okay.
Yeah, or maybe Undying Rage, even though I guess that's okay. One thing, when you notice the cube, there's very few creature enchantments or auras in here. That's just because there is a pretty consistent amount of removal. So if you play a lot of that stuff, you're just sending out your drafters getting 2 for 1 a lot, and nobody likes that. I mean, nobody wants to sit down
You're gonna teach them a valuable lesson
about not ever trusting you.
Right.
Okay, so Dragon Fodder, Krinko's Command, Follow the Hammer. We're both running Incinerate. Lash Out. I still have Lightning Strike. I still have Searing Spear.
Oh yeah, Searing Spear is going to be back in. I think it should still be in there. Searing Spear is yeah.
Oh, your Searing Spear is still in
Yeah,
there.
yeah, it's still in there. I
Okay.
didn't take it out.
Okay. And Teamer Battle Rage, which you're not running.
Right.
I like Teamer Battle Rage.
It's it's kind of OP from what I
Yeah,
found.
I mean, without Kelm Fiend in here,
Yeah.
or any of the Kelfiend type creatures, I'm more okay with it, but I've never been blown out by it or have anybody else be blown out by it. So that would be, I guess I would keep my eyes open for that happening, and if it did, then it would be super easy to cut.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to hurt anybody emotionally with a card like Battle Rage. So,
Well, there's no infect, thank God, and
no.
no. Oh, there's now no hexproof. So
Uh, sorceries.
yeah, I got Fire Ambush.
Yeah, I know it's awesome,
Yes.
but sorceries, ugh, gross. Um, and then our 3 drops are the same.
Right.
I
Yeah.
am
Oh,
not
Lightning Strike is the one I'm gonna put back in there.
okay.
I'm figuring out what I'm changing for it, but I am gonna put. I think it was too much to take it out. Like I think what you lose in red's definition of the red section of the color pie. I think without it being in there, you lose too much.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it takes away Red's ability to reach. It takes away Red's reach,
Mm-hmm.
and Red needs to have the burn for reach, or these stupid little creatures just get so outclassed so quick.
Right.
Yeah,
You
so
have to clear a path.
yeah, you have to be able to get blockers out of the way. And then our 5s are the same. You're still running Orca Shore Flame.
Yeah.
Um, that was the first thing I cut from the cube because I don't like it. I can't remember a time in my life that I've ever liked it.
Right.
I'm a hater. I'm a Orca hater. Green. I have a problem with green, Brennon.
Yeah.
I don't feel like green knows what it wants to do, and I don't feel like anybody ever wants to draft it.
But let me think. I blame Wizards
I blame Wizards too.
because green's always had a problem. Either it's super OP and I don't know how they do it, or it is so boring. It is. I mean, you people hear people go into pro tours saying they don't know exactly what to draft or they have some ideas on archetypes. All they know is they're not picking green,
Yeah.
and that should never be the case.
Every color should be viable.
Right.
Yeah, and that's just not the. It doesn't feel like it's the case, even with push creatures, even with the only ramp in the cube, and my cube is the only ramp. Um, it's still just so meh. You know you're gonna turn dude sideways, and you don't cube to turn dude sideways. Cube to have a different experience. But you did the update that he did, making your mana dorks into 2s.
Yeah.
Okay, and I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I just don't feel like ramp is that dangerous in here, especially with only 2 mana dorks, mystic and elves.
That's true.
Um, and even when you add in like ramp spells, you're looking at Kadoma's Reach and Cultivate.
Yeah.
So like 4.
Yeah.
total.
There is almost no. We were talking about this the other day. There's almost no ramp. If you take out the 1 artifact, Wayfarer's Bauble, and the 3 lands that fetch lands, I believe there's only 3 spells and or thing. No, excuse me, 4 spells and or creatures. I believe that lets you go find land.
Yeah, and
Sakura tribe elder, Yavimaya elder, and then cultivate Kadamas.
and
Oh, Harrow. I guess Harrow's in there.
Frozen Tusker.
Oh, Crows and Tusker. That
So
does it. It
5.
has cycling. You're right.
And the thing about it is, in a cube, even a 420 cube, nobody's ever going to be the ramp deck.
Right.
And I'm fine with that. I'd rather people hit their big drops as part of a mid-range deck,
Yeah.
but it does hurt green's identity. The other side of that, though, is you would have to make massive cuts to get green, because you'd have to run 5, 6 more ramp spells to get green so it could reliably ramp. And I just feel like that's too much.
Right.
Yeah, so, and that's the fine line, and that's part of the reason I think green just isn't as strong as it can be. But I don't know what to do about it. You cut Garruk's Companion, which is, it's a trample, but it's basically a vanilla creature.
Right.
I'm thinking about cutting it. I don't know what for. Probably like, what's the other snake that has Death Touch and Reach? The Green Doomblade. Probably that guy.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think that's just cooler. Probably.
Something Viper?
No, Ambush Viper is that.
Oh, Ambush Viper's there.
But it's something like that. It's another
Oh.
snake. So.
Oh, is it the snake or is it the spider?
Spider? Oh, I'll look it up.
Okay.
I'll figure it out. Our 3s are the same. Even though I'm not entirely sold that Scion of the Wild is good in here.
Yeah, I feel we might need more tokens for Scion to be at its peak.
With all the good removal in the cube, and it has a really good amount of removal, I just feel like with your main creatures here, you can never get wide enough, and there's very little sapperling production. There's like Scatter the Seeds, and that's pretty much it. So our 4s, I think, are the same. And we talked about the 4 slot because you want to upgrade the 4 slot.
Yeah, I was, because I'm looking at is Emperor Crocodile and Imperiosaur. To me, they kind of hold that same, I don't know, same spot as far as I'm concerned. And I was wanting something that does something in this 4 spot, because we have Wickerburrow, which is good,
right?
But I was kind of hoping to add something with a little more, I don't know, something you can do. Maybe even a mana dump.
And I mean, I feel like Blastoder and Penumbra Spider and Wickerburrow are great. Swiss Threat, the Flash is more relevant than you think it is. It's not bad.
Right. Oh, Deadly Recluse.
Deadly Recluse, yeah. So that's probably why I would cut Garruk's Companion for.
Makes sense.
But these 2 are they're basically just vanilla dorks with drawbacks.
Right.
And I can't imagine Empire Crocodile's drawback is all that bad, nor Imperiosaur.
No.
But they're just 5/5s. They cost 4 mana. It's not like they're any great shakes.
Right, like the new one that's coming out. It's a 2 green 3/3 with trample that has Fabricate 1. So you can either make it a 4/4 with trample or a 3/3 and a 1/1.
I kind of poo-pooed that, but looking at Emperor Crocodile, that could be an easy swap for Emperor Crocodile. I think Imperiosaur is probably the better of the 2.
Yeah.
just because it's more resilient. Like, I could easily see myself picking off creature by creature, knowing that
Yeah.
doing so, the crocodile was gonna
Yeah,
eat.
eventually you're going to 2 for 1 then.
Yeah. So,
Right.
5 Aereo piece, which I have yet to play, but looks great. Nessian Asp has proven to be great.
Yes.
Sentinel Spider has proven to be great. I'm still running the Rock Smaulers. I know that was cut out of the
Yeah,
main cube.
it was. I like the 5/5, the 5/4 with vigilance.
Yeah. You like that?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of the ones I cut it just because it was a little too vanilla.
I just think
But I don't.
those 2 vanillas are so relevant though.
I know, and they're so good. Yeah, they might go back in. I'll have to think about it. Hooters in the 6, and then of course Thundering to Nanadon, which is down in your artifacts.
Yeah.
Tusker, Slicer, Walker for the 7s, which
Yep.
are the same. Maul Splicer looks like. I have yet to play it, but it does look like a complete beating.
Oh
Like,
yes.
you get so much for 7 mana. So much. So, you're running Chatter, so you added
Yes.
roll.
I need more. Need more tokens.
Yeah, you need more. You need to get scroll tokens now.
Yep.
Um, your giant growth. You got the cool French black bordered one.
I do.
Mine's the Super Series one.
Ooh.
Have you seen the art on the Super Series one?
Uh-uh.
It is instantaneously my favorite giant growth art, because when you look at it, it's like an elf going through like
Oh.
the growth. It's
Oh,
really
like, hey, do you remember those books where the kids would turn into something?
yeah,
The manimals or whatever they were. That's what it looks like.
super cool. Rancor, Prey Upon, Vines of Astwood. You're still running Ranger's Guile.
Yeah.
I kind of like one of those odd cards out too.
Right.
Grapple with the Past is amazing. Um, Rabbit Bite is awesome, so good because it's one-sided fight or punch. I think is what we decided to call it.
Punch, yes. It's not really fighting, it's sucker punching.
Yeah, it's not fighting. It's a kick to the groin. That's what it is. Rampant Growth is one of the few ramp spells. Savage Punch, Savage Surge, Sylvian Might, and your travel prep is probably down. And
In
your
Selesnya.
so that's yeah. You're starting Arcanus Web. I cut that. What does it do? It gives reach and
Gives it reach and
oh no! Wow!
it can't no yeah, it can't do things.
But if its power is greater than 4,
Yeah, it basically breaks out of the web.
that feels weird for green. I think I cut that for one of the fight spells.
Ah.
Just because I'd rather have more fighting, I guess. Or maybe even one of the rando creatures up there. Cultivate's great. Elephant Guide is pretty good, even though it sets you up for 2-for-1ing yourself, but you do get the 3/3 elephant. Plus, I like tokens. Moldervine Cloak, Pulse, Primal Growth. I'm running because I did want another way to search, and I like Kicker, and I happen to find a foil of it.
Now we see.
Pulse of Marasma, Time to Feed, A Natural Aggression. That card is awesome, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
So good. And Wild Size, which I guess is a premier trick, but whatever. Elephant Ambush, Wild Instincts, the same. Scatter the Seeds, pretty good.
Right.
Even without a whole lot of token support, right? Okay, everybody. So that wraps up green. In my excitement of having this initial show, things have gotten a little out of control. with time. Brennan pointed out that he is a fully employed adult. He has to go to bed soon.
All right.
So what we're going to do is we're going to call it a show here. And then when we come back, we'll wrap up our individual cubes. And then we'll probably talk a little bit about Kaladesh. Because when we come back, we'll have got to play some limited with it.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, which will give us a better idea of what cards are going to work out. And from there, we're going to start exploring other types of cubes. So, but I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. And I will catch you guys in a few weeks. Brendan?
Yes.
You want to say goodbye to the nice people?
Goodbye, nice people. It was
Okay.
nice talking at you.
Yes, it was. Okay, thanks for listening.